a man. How can you walk past this? It is so easy to be a good boyfriend. It's literally $4.97. It's not even $5.
You know what? You make a fair point. It is not that hard to get flowers. So why aren't you doing that for your man? For your boyfriend? You said to yourself, not me. It is not that hard, and flowers are not even $5.
You know, this reminds me of that trend called Men in Their Feminine Era. And women would upload pictures of conversations with men who were asking them to give them flowers and take them on dates. I mean, really, this is crazy. Y'all want women to pursue you, take you on dates, and give you flowers. Like, what is going on? Why are men acting like this? This is not normal. You know, I feel like if a man really likes the woman he's dating, he would buy her flowers, okay? There would be no argument, there would be no hesitation, he would do it, right? A woman should not have to ask a man for flowers. I mean, really, this is something so easy, it's something so basic, but you guys can't even do that. If you're not able or willing to do something that's so bare minimum, you should not be dating. But anyways, listen, I would never, ever expect a woman to give me flowers, okay? I would never expect a woman to chase me or take me on a date, okay? I'm a man. I'm a very masculine man, okay? I like to chase, I like to pursue, I like to take her on dates, and I like to buy her flowers.
I knew when I posted that video that there would be at least one woman that would come and make a comment like this. And this highlights something that a lot of men say. Because a lot of women will engage in a casual relationship with a man, but you really have relationship expectations for him. See, he wasn't the problem, because she agreed to have a casual relationship with that man. And when I went there that night, I did not have any intentions to be with him. It played out that way, but that wasn't my intention. But either way, he didn't owe either one of us not a thing. That was a single man living his life, doing what single men do. And a lot of women, y'all have a problem with the fact that typically single men have somebody that they're having casual sex with. And as much as y'all hate to compete, the truth of the matter is most men are going to engage in casual until they come across a woman in which they feel like, hey, she's different. There's something about her that's set apart. I want her. I don't want these casual women. I want something deeper with this one. The problem is a lot of you don't want to admit that you really don't have anything more to offer a man than just
what high value men secretly want in a partner. It's not your boobs, it's not your looks, it's not playing hard to get, it's not your job, it's not none of that stuff. A lot of women have the misconception that high value men are looking for a Barbie doll or the perfect woman or eye candy or a trophy wife, and it couldn't be further from the truth. High value men are looking for an emotional connection, just like you are. They're looking for peace and no drama in their love life. Think about it from your perspective. You have a great life. You have a good job. You have a good group of friends. You travel. You do what you want. So do they. So why would they invite drama into their life? They don't want that. If a high value man is going to fall in love with you and want you in his life, he wants you to bring something to the equation, just like you want him to bring something to the equation. And you both should. Here's how you can stand out. Focus on building an emotional connection. Ask deep, interesting questions. Show genuine interest. And don't be afraid to show your emotions. A high-value man is looking for somebody that he can confide in, that confides in him, that you share a deeper connection. So essentially, think about what you would look for, and that's pretty much the same thing that a high-value man is looking for. If you want more tips on how to attract a high-value man, remember to follow on Instagram and YouTube, Authentic Attraction Academy, and I'll see you soon.
A lot of modern women like to say they would want a gentleman, Modern women would like to say that they're looking for a chivalrous man, a man that respects them, a man that's kind to them, a man that loves them, a man that is respected in the community and the whole 9 yards. But modern women, first of all, they don't really even know how to vet for a man like that. Second of all, even if they should happen to luck up on a man like that, with the way that they act, they're not going to be able to keep him. You have to realize that a lot of these modern women are a bona fide problem. They're a bona fide problem. They're not pleasant to be around at all.
For a man to be attracted to a woman, fall for a woman, and commit to a woman, there's one word that he is looking for subconsciously in that woman, and it starts with the letter V. It's not what you think. By the way, I'm Taylor Love. I help explain the man brain. If you like that kind of stuff, hit the follow button. The word, the energy, experience that a man is looking to have with a woman, simply put, is vibrance. A man lives in a black and white world. Or like it's stated in the book, The Male Brain is like a waffle. It's all compartments. This is here, this is here, this is here. Where the female brain is more like spaghetti. Lots of overlap, intermixing, relationships to manage. And from the male perspective, the female brain is really entertaining to be around. When a woman is vibrant, like in her body, not stuck in her head, it feels like a cool drink on a warm day. It feels like finding an oasis in the desert. So I set out on a genuine path to find out what would contribute the most to a woman feeling vibrant, feeling feminine, feeling in her body. Consulted with health coaches, consulted with a buddy of mine who's a doctor, Dr. Andrew. Shout out to Dr. Andrew. No matter who I talked to, all roads inevitably led back to sleep as the foundation, the core pillar, the thing that detoxification needs in order to work. Thing that lends to you not having brain fog and having a clear mind. Thing that lends to your body being able to function optimally. The core foundation is sleep. So with the help of Dr. Andrew, we have formulated an epic sleep blend called Raw Sleep, specifically designed for women to have deeper, more restful, longer, more fulfilling sleeps. If you'd like to have some amazing sleeps, comment sleep and let's make women feminine again. Follow for more.
Dating a single mom is such a beautiful thing, and a lot of us, we're so scared, like we're responsible for their children. We're not responsible for their children. They have their own dad. You know what we're responsible for? For the woman. We take care of their heart. These type of women, they're no joke. They're very independent. These single moms, they don't need you. They want you. They want somebody that could treat them good in their life. Not just an option, not just temporary use, just because they have a kid. When you have a child, it's a beautiful thing. This woman can take care of your future kids. This woman knows how to cook. This woman knows how to listen, and she doesn't ask for a lot of time. She may not have a lot of time. She takes care of her responsibilities. She takes care of school, transportation, homework, showers, everything. These women are not here to play games. They don't have time for games. They have time for their kids, so stop wasting their time, because they also got to spend money to go out with you. They got to spend money on a babysitter, so you better take the time to get to know her. But these women, these type of women could change your life because their hearts are very soft and they will show you the world. They will spoil you every single day if you just let them in and just give them a respect and listen to them. Don't just play around with their hearts. Bro, these women will give you their soul if you know how to treat them right. They will take care of you like no other woman. So don't be scared, bro. Because you got to understand, they have the best snacks as well. So I'm just letting y'all know, you guys are sleeping on these type of women. Shouts out to all the single moms. Respect y'all. Keep on fighting every day. Shouts out to the single dads as well.
We have this whole generation of people throwing around psychological terms like they actually know what they mean. And I get therapy language is everywhere now. But the problem is when everyone misuses these words, the people actually living with these things stop being taken seriously. Like narcissists. That's a real clinical diagnosis. Rare, complex, genuinely devastating to experience up close. But now, your ex didn't text back, narcissist. Your boss gave you a feedback, narcissist. Someone just didn't do what you wanted, narcissist. No, that's just a person you don't like. Then ADHD, real, clinically diagnosed, genuinely affects people's lives. But you've been on your phone for 6 hours and now you can't focus and you're like, I think I have ADHD. No, your brain is just overstimulated and exhausted. That's not the same thing. Same with depression. Feeling low for a week after something hard is not depression. Clinical depression doesn't need a reason. It shows up even when everything should be fine. When we call every sad period depression, we make it harder for people actually in it to be seen. And trauma. Trauma is real, but not every painful experience is trauma. Trauma is when your nervous system gets stuck, when the past keeps showing up to your present, whether you want it to or not. There's a difference between something that hurt you and something that actually traumatized you. I'm just saying, learn what they actually mean before you build your whole personality around them. Because a lot of you right now are using therapy language to avoid therapy work. Be careful with these. Be mindful of when and how you use them. Because behind every one of these clinical terms is a real person who's actually living with it. And they deserve for these words to still mean something. Check my caption, I've put a full list of the most misused terms and what they actually mean. Save this and send it to your group chat.
And a lot of modern women are continuing to ask, what happened to all the good men? Where are all the good men? And the fact of the matter is, they're right in front of you. A lot of these guys are not loud. A lot of these guys are not flashy. They're not out here talking your ear off. They're not doing any of that. These guys are steady. They're stable. You know, maybe not as exciting as a Chad or Tyrone, but I'm steady. Like I said, I'm stable. I can do what you need me to do, right? We're not going on vacations to the Bahamas every weekend. I got to work. You know, we got a family we got to take care of. You know what I mean? So that's a good man. It's just your expectations are warped. So you think in order for a man to be a good man, he got to be doing all this other stuff. That's great, but it's not really the building blocks of a successful relationship.
So many of my girlfriends who are such catches, total package, it seems like there is a shortage of amazing men to match.
Okay, none of this is new information, but this has to be pushed back on. All of the legitimate content by men for men is always about men doing better. I get so much pushback from men when I tell men, hey, if you've given a woman the ick more than once or twice in the last year, you're the problem. And they push back. The point is legitimate content for men. We are trying to help men get to the gym. Yes, all women are hypergamous. Hypergamy is not a switch. It's not a choice. It's an instinct. Yes, most women have been promiscuous, and thus most women are not worth marriage. But don't get mad at women for that. You just make yourself the absolute best you can, including spirituality. I've yet to meet a man who is really about chasing excellence that doesn't find some form of spirituality where he is truly a better person at the end of the process. But the overwhelming majority of content by women for women has nothing to do with women doing better. It's all about blaming men. Now again, none of this is new information. We're bombarded daily with this propaganda, but it does need to be pushed back on. Because when a man tells another man, no, you shouldn't wife up the town bicycle, that's called hatred. But women go online and tell other women that men are by nature predators, all men are narcissists, and so on. And nobody bats an eye at that.
Okay, so y'all saying that there was no men when y'all were coming up. That's what the ladies are saying. All the modern women are saying all the men was trash. The men was just unattractive. They was ugly. Well, that's crazy, because what I'm seeing is a lot of modern women only chased and went after the top 10% of men. And then y'all call it standards. Average women did not like average men. Average men were looked at as if they were invisible. The builders were looked at as if they were invisible. Now look, the men that y'all looked at as if they're invisible, they went on with their life. And some of them got the life that y'all want. They just not building it with you. Them builders are now achievers. And now, what is y'all standards looking like now? Now your standards are looking invisible. And you know what? Time does not negotiate with your bad choices. A lot of women are saying, I'm not settling. I got standards. No, what you had leverage. And that leverage expired. The leverage that the modern women had, they used it for excitement. Now the men got the leverage down. And you know what? They gonna use it for peace.
If you're a girl and you're beautiful and you're smart and you're ambitious, you're probably single right now. And I hate that I'm making this video. It's because you're looking for that top 1% man. And that top 1% man doesn't exist because there's more than 1% of you. So the math is not mathing. But there's no reality where we settle out here. So I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna get that done. Bare minimum, they need to be kind, respectful, and be making more money than us. We're not trying to be their sugar mommy out here. But the problem with guys that make more money than us, they will never respect our career. If the lifestyle he's providing for you comes from his paycheck, not yours, why would he value your income stream? Why would he value your ambition and career? You can convince and delude yourself all you want that your money is his money and that you're in love, but at the end of the day, he earned it through his blood, sweat, and tears. And your career and your work will never be a priority because it's just not what's paying the bills. And more importantly, if that guy is already successful and wealthy and he's also attractive and he's also kind, then he's obviously going to be in high demand and he's going to be taken. So instead, we have to date like an investor. We have to spot potential. We have to spot success before they get there, before they blow up and make a ton of money. And then you got to build their career with them. You got to be there at night when he's struggling to decide between trade-offs. You need to be his personal advisor at the dinner table when he's talking through his different business ideas. You need to be there encouraging him when he doubts himself. And most importantly, the type of girl that can actually do that well is the type of girl that's building their own career and building their own empire for themselves as well. And a guy's potential that you spot that doesn't exist in the 1% already is going to be yours through and through. He's going to be so loyal literally till the end of day because he knows that he wasn't able to do any of it without you. And that's a level of respect and loyalty that ambitious women need to be successful, to never have to sacrifice their career, to never have to be a sugar mommy, and to secure a high value man that's going to provide the world for them.
And you see a lot of these modern women, God forbid a man would ask any questions about what she brings to the table. Even if they don't say, well, what do you bring to the table? But modern women, they don't mind getting their questions out. You come to a first date, y'all really don't even get to the first date, to be honest. But let's say you do actually get to the first date. You know, the first question, I'm barely sitting down. You ask me about what my firm size is. You're an entrepreneur? Well, what do you do for work? By the time the appetizers come, so how much is in your bank account? You know, she running his credit score by that time. So everything that he needs to tell you, or you want to know, he got to tell you off rip. We don't even need to get to dinner. And I need to know what you got going on. But if I should ask you, okay, what is it that you do? Huh? If I should ask you, you know, how do you contribute in relationships? What? If you can't see my value, then do I even need to be here? I mean, if that's the way you feel, I guess not.
Modern dating is a complete shit show, but let me explain why. First off, you have to understand that what women say that they want and what they actually want are two totally different things. A lot of women will sit here and say that they just want a good man, but honestly, good men are everywhere. They're probably in your DMs, you know, but they're just treated like background noise, really. Another big one is they say they want loyalty, but then they go ahead and give their attention to dudes who don't give a fuck about them. They say they want masculinity, but then the second a dude sets boundaries, he's all of a sudden looked at like he's toxic. Social media also plays a big part in this because, honestly, it fucked dating beyond repair, way beyond repair. Endless validation convinced basic average women that they're special, and without requiring them to be disciplined, feminine, or even accountable. Getting likes is not value, and attention is not commitment. Being desirable online does not mean that you're dateable in real life. You can't negotiate attraction, and you can't shame men into desire. And calling reality misogyny doesn't make it false. As men, we are always told that we are constantly need to be approving, or we're gonna die alone. And women are told that they're perfect and it's everybody else's fault. And now you have everybody single, miserable, and just pretending that it's empowering. And if you're one of those people constantly asking where all the good men are at, I got news for you. They saw the red flags and they fucking left. If this pissed you off, good. I really want to hear about it.
Women made it clear over the past few years that they can be independent and they don't need men. Well, okay then. When the whole man versus bear debate was circulating around, women picked the bear. Well, okay then. Here we are now, where men are just fundamentally not approaching women, and in the next couple of years, they're going to feel it even more than they are now. Of course, women are going to deny this till the earth ends, but it's happening in real time. Men are checking out of dating for better or worse. Men are just like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this, and they're grabbing their balls and leaving the court.
I don't have a horse in this race. Obviously, I'm not in the dating pool, and sorry, I got the ick thinking about being in the dating pool with straight men. But the thing that's actually hilarious is that those men are the ones who are going to leave the dating pool. The guys like Kyle or Kenneth or Kenix or Kieran, the guy who has some sort of a scarf tied over his window as a blackout curtain. Anyway, so yeah, the red pill creepos may see their way out of the dating pool. Probably not, because they're desperate, so they'll keep trying, but they might. So then maybe the dating pool will be full of men who aren't terrible, or who are only sort of terrible. Anyway, who aren't these weird basement dwellers who've never touched a lady's boob.
You know, when like you grab a woman's breast and you feel it, and it feels like a bag of sand.
Yeah, I guess if you're so insulted and you're gonna take your balls and go home, did he do that on purpose? I don't think he did. Stay there in front of your gaming PC and play with your balls all you want, and then the dating pool will be full of the guys who aren't you.
A wife who doesn't respect her husband is a wife who does not trust God. And I know that's going to make some of you uncomfortable. Good. It made me uncomfortable too, because I had to realize that my disrespect wasn't just hurting my husband. It was showing God exactly how much I trusted him with my marriage. I think a lot of us go through similar things in our marriages in different ways. Like, we love our husbands, we love God, but we have never connected our respect for our husband directly to our trust in God. I know I hadn't until my marriage showed me. So let me share with you 3 things I learned about respect for my own marriage, because this didn't come from a book. This came from my own experience. Number 1, I used to think that respect was something my husband had to earn based upon how he made me feel. Respect is not a feeling, okay? It is a decision. And the reason I make this decision is because my respect for him was never just between me and him, but between me, him, and God. Ephesians 5:33 doesn't give me conditions. It gives me a command. And I had to decide if I trusted God enough to obey it. Number 2, I used to think that respecting my husband meant agreeing with everything that he said and every decision that he made. I had to understand that respect does not mean agreement. It means honoring his position, even when you see things differently, because you can have a private conversation. You cannot publicly undermine the man that God placed as the head of your home. Number 3, I used to think that my husband's leadership was optional based upon how well I thought he was leading. I had to learn that a respected husband leads better. And I didn't truly believe that until I got out of his way and watched God move through him. What I thought was me holding him accountable was actually me blocking what God was trying to do. Ephesians 5:33 doesn't say respect your husband when he leads well. It doesn't say respect your husband when he deserves it. It says respect him. Because God knew that respecting your husband was never really about your husband, but about your obedience to God. Wifehood will require you to do hard things, things that your flesh will fight against. But God never called us to be comfortable. He called us to be obedient. Okay? So go be her.
So what continues to happen over and over to a lot of men, actually good men, actually decent men, is, and women, modern women will say this, and they'll say this is what they expect. I expect the man to text first. I expect the man to do all of the planning, grow some, and, from start to finish. I want to see, and they say this online, I want to see you from start to finish, plan a date, plan this, plan that, do this, do that. And it sets them up in a way, and society backs them a lot of times on this. It sets them up in a way to make it seem like they're the only ones in the relationship that you need to get their approval. Like, the man doesn't need to say, okay, I'm doing things, so what are you going to be doing? How are me and you going to connect? Let me see what you can do. When it comes to that point, modern women stop, and all of a sudden I don't have to prove myself to you. But a man has to prove him to, oh yeah, that's how it is. That's what a man should do. Right. And when men do that and they get no reciprocation, what do you think is going to happen?
Bada bing, bada boom. Women can be simps too. They are the ladies who lack self-respect, who actually submit to a man. They lose themselves for a man. They lower their self-respect, which makes a man lose attraction for them. These are the women that toxic men gaslight as feminine women, that embrace their gender roles of cooking and cleaning. These are the ones who pedestalize men, the real pick-me's. They treat men well in order to get love from them, not out of love for them. All this does is create toxic relationships, imbalanced relationships, relationships that eventually fall apart. The ones with abusive men, the men who get drunk all the time, who go off and cheat when they're bored with their women. Because when a person lacks self-respect, regardless of gender, whoever they're with will lack respect for them. And respect is the backbone of every healthy relationship, or else it turns toxic. Love becomes cruel. Being feminine means nurturing, kind. It does not mean submissive. Submissive is a gaslight that men have created. It's the same as when women say men should be providers and to give them all their money. Either way, they're both simps. Whether you're a man or a woman, don't be a simp, have self-respect. Do things out of love, not for love, so you can have healthy relationships. Watch my YouTube for more, join my Discord or school communities, drizzle.
She shut down Pound Town, and if she wanted to, she would, okay? Why is it that when women have good men that are working 10, 12-hour day shifts, paying all the bills, showing up for their family, doing the emotional support that the wife needs, he's the one that's suffering, being shut off on intimacy and bedroom activities? Let me ask you women, if your man is showing up for the way that you need him to show up, why can't you show up for him the way he wants you to show up for him? Why is there such a double standard? And why is it that it's been such a burden to you to open up bedroom activities? I seriously want to know, because I see a lot of women say, oh, I have great men, but then like they talk about how they don't have at all anymore in their relationship. Like it's not important to them. But yet their men still want this. And why is it that when he brings it up to you, is that, and your response is that all you ever think about? But you best believe and bet your sweet butt cheeks that if you have a problem and something's not right on your end, that he needs to fix it immediately or there'll be hell to pay. Why is it that men have to jump through hoops and continue to jump through hoops to satisfy you in every aspect of your life? It's like his job to keep you happy, but you can't do the same for him? Make it make sense.
My rent is $6,000. My nails, $150. My hair, $300 minimum. All right, my facials, at least $200, $250. So I pay for all this myself. I do not expect a man to take care of this for me because he is my partner, not my father. All right?
Exactly. Because those are your wants, not his.
I think the men have left now. Ladies, when a man invites you over to his apartment or his house for the first time, please rob him. Please understand that this man wants you to rob him. All right? So I need you to listen to me carefully. Go and take whatever is the most valuable thing that you can see in his place while he's going to the bathroom.
Now, girl, what sense does that make? You gonna get yourself in a world of trouble. Like, why would you go into somebody's house stealing in their house? Baby, you gonna go to jail or you gonna go to they jail? And you know what I mean, they jail, because people don't be playing about the that they work hard for. If anybody listen to you, they is stoned out their mind. You don't take nothing from nobody. Go work for it. People work hard for that. And soon as somebody get the taking, that's why they do what they gotta do to protect that they have. So going steal from somebody is insane. Baby, you want all of that stuff. That's all your wants. So you pay for it. Don't no man owe you anything. He's not obligated to pay for anything. So anything that he does is on his own and is just a great gesture. He's not obligated to it, so you're not entitled to it. So don't you be going to nobody's house stealing something because they don't pay for something for you.
My question is this: if y'all feel like men don't do, like they exist for no reason, let me know what the women are for. Because whether y'all want to believe it or not, women's purpose on earth is to procreate. Not saying that's our main purpose on earth, but without man and woman, we could not procreate. Because we all know that women always complain about some labor, whether it's hard labor, labor, or anything. So you lazy ain't finna invent, build, or create but a problem. They want to talk about the world would be a better place if men didn't exist. Bitch, speak for yourself. If it wasn't for women being with men, we all would not be here. So I'm just trying to figure out, do y'all want to eradicate us, including yourself? Because that's what it's giving. Don't be trying to unalive everybody along with your Because if y'all watch Vampire Diaries, and I'm gonna break it down like this for a reason. If you watch Vampire Diaries, if you unalive an original vampire, that means that every vampire that turned in that bloodline is going to be unalived in that order. Don't be out here trying to take out men so y'all can take out all of us. I'm not doing it. Some of y'all are just as corrupted as the world is. I would never sit here on the internet, let alone in my I talk about I don't need a man and I wish men didn't exist. Or I'm just so done with men. I've decided I'm done with men. I'm going to women because women look like men and they look better. But she got to look like this. Like, no, I'm not dating no woman who is epitomizing a man. Y'all hate men because y'all want to be them. That's what it's giving. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Y'all hate men because y'all rather be them than be with them. That's what it is. I found the answer, fellas.
Either you family or you assuming a position. But I'm not the man you gonna be calling talking to about other men. Nah, I never been a. Let me tell you something, man. I've been a lot of things, man. A sucker ain't one of them. A sucker ain't one of them, man. Nah, I don't lack confidence. Am I full at everything? No, but I don't lack confidence. And I've always had a healthy level of testosterone, so the friend zone has never been a fit for me. Ever. So I'm gonna leave this post up. Let's see if we ever get a female to come underneath this post and say, yeah, we were just friends. I don't care if she just pulled out a one day and we ain't never do nothing. I don't care. It's never going to be a thing where she could say we were just friends. Trust me. Because I'm crossing the line from the rip. I'm crossing the line from the rip. I'm not even giving it a chance to even be that. If you even thinking that, my first move is crossing the line from the rip. In your mind, you'll be like, did he just say that? Or did he just do that? Like, yeah, that's where we at. We ain't friends.
Modern women seem to have no issue. Not one single issue. I don't have an issue telling a man what he needs to be, where he needs to go, how he needs to dress, what he needs to wear, the whole 9 yards. Got a list of things, a diary of things, a group chat. The notes app is full. And that's one note. They go to another note. Say, okay, he's passed maybe 10, 15 things that I want. And now that he's passed these 10, 15 things, here's another 5, 10 things. And now that he's passed those, going into my perfect man, because this was a decent man. Now this is a good man. And now this is a perfect man. And I'm manifesting a perfect man. And now he has to pass, mind you, he's passed what, 10, 15, and now he's down to 5, 10, and now he has to go through 1 to 5 things. Like, you gotta go through 1 to 5 of these things and get him right to be my perfect man. And if you're ultra perfect, this one teensy tiny thing you gotta do. And that's what's clearing a lot of men out of the dating market. They go through the 10 to 15, the 5 to 10, the 1 to 5. But then they say, oh shoot, I'm almost there. Who's going to be that one man? I know he's got to be out there. And I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to let a good man keep me from my husband. And you actually stay single because that man that was actually perfect for you, that performed the things, the 5 things, the top 5 things that you wanted. You say, okay, now there's one thing, that 1%, that 2%. I want that last 2%. It's got to be there. And you've ruined your chances at having a good companion.